Cuando te solté, yo te solté. Pa'l carajo usted se fue. Usted se fue. De mi vida te boté. Yo te boté. Mami. Baby, la vida es un ciclo. Y lo que no sirve, yo no lo reciclo.
Hi everyone. On the rundown. Yeah. Catch y'all all the way off guard. Yeah. Luckily, we wasn't doing anything. We wasn't supposed
Not
to.
this time. I know, right?
I can come this way. Sorry, guys. We was running a little late. You know, weather and all that. But welcome.
Hey,
We
guys.
sipping tonight. I hope y'all too.
I'm not.
He's not.
Nah.
Sorry.
Just Gatorade.
No, he can.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Just Gatorade.
That's
Show
all.
you what
Just
color this
Gatorade
Gatorade was 10 minutes ago.
So, welcome to the rundown.
I went through so much.
We gotta fill her in later. Clearly, we did not have that conversation.
No.
Okay. So, we did not have that conversation.
We definitely had that conversation already.
Yeah.
You might need to reiterate.
I'm gonna do sign language.
I didn't know, but I know.
Okay. She got it. She know now, y'all. She got it. Now.
Okay.
So, let's rewind real quick. One time.
One time.
To the rundown. I hope everybody's safe and warm in this crazy weather that we are having. We are here today. Christy could not make it from Bodhi in spirit because of the weather, obviously, but she will be joining us in 2 weeks, so we're looking forward to her coming here. Next week, real quick, we're going to have Elise doing a sound bath. Amazing. Cannot wait for her. And so...
What's a sound bath?
Oh, honey, it's everything.
Yeah, what is that?
It's like,
I was going to ask
yo, listen, that shit will pull out shit from your soul.
I need that.
I need
Yo,
that.
like, honey.
Never mind.
You might explode, but it
So we begin.
early. Y'all guys early. I wasn't even thinking. Okay, a little bit after I said it, but still came out. Anyway.
Oh, I love that color.
I know
That's So anyway, we are like so.
And there was no coquito.
We are the same energy we was. Huh?
I should make like, well, the way I was taught to make coquito. I should make a batch.
Yeah,
you should.
so good.
We've been waiting.
We
waiting.
So much trouble.
And the drunken year.
Yes.
Yes, we've been waiting for over 2 months.
It's gonna be a soulful Friday up again.
Yes.
We're gonna have some yams and some coquito.
Yes, I will.
In the bath.
Yeah, and a whole bath. So anyway, back to the soul bath. It's amazing. She plays these singing bowls, Tibetan singing bowls, and the vibrations from it. You know, I can't tell you all about it because I really don't know much about it, but I just know that the vibrations from the sound are very healing. For instance, when I had my personal bath with her, because I had a couple, but the personal one was very specific for me. So she was able to play according to my, you know, my aura, my alignment, you know, whatever. She'll tell us all about it. But literally, I didn't even know I had issues with something. Put it this way.
She'll find them though.
And that issue that came to the forefront because I never even thought. I'm like, oh, whatever. But apparently, it came to the forefront. And by it coming to the forefront, I was able. It wasn't not only, I guess, my issue, but also others' issues. Yeah. And I was able to bring forth that healing for them also. You know what I'm saying? From my sound bath. So that's how powerful it is. And we sipping. We got a special rundown remix drink up in here. We had the original rundown drink there, but we got the remix today, and I don't think we're gonna be able to.
I sample both too. Don't feel bad.
I share.
Oh, you trying to go to sleep? I said,
I know we all trying to go to sleep.
It's called an Apple Jolly Rancher, my version, and it's like an Amaretto Discerno. That's the best one that I use, and then I use Crown Royale Apple with a fierce apple Gatorade and a splash of apple
Oh, that's
juice.
why I like this so much.
Yeah,
Yes. Crown.
So good.
This is-
That's what it was.
I wish that I can drink it with them.
I know,
really
right?
do.
No, sorry, you stick to your Gatorade, boo.
Yeah, please.
But that just means it's more for us.
I'm saying, I've got your share right here. I'm
Exactly. I got all of
That's
it
why
right
your
here.
cup is bigger than
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. Because I volunteered as tributes. Told you.
Okay.
Like it's empty.
Oh my gosh. So, anyway, we had an interesting week, obviously, right? You guys saw me raw and hot mess
Oh my
yesterday.
gosh.
Yes, that's what really
Did you turn it off?
I said,
Like, you
look
said,
at
take
yourself and say, oh my
You said,
God.
take
I
it.
missed.
I'm like, wait a minute, yo, when I see my hair, I'm like, okay, because I was like,
No.
my thing was like, I'm tired, number one. I was so comfortable on my bed. And then I'm like, I gotta do this live. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way about it. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do my hair or throw a wiggy on or, whatever to do this. And I'm not gonna get up. And I'm like, man, fuck that. They want the real. They want the raw. You're gonna get it exactly how
It
it
was a
is.
little too raw, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Well, it wasn't that raw, baby. There was some lube in there, but I'm
Oh my God.
Woo! No lube needed.
Let's keep coming up.
Yeah.
We just started. Okay. See, y'all get me there. Hold on. Now I'm getting
Behind me.
Woo, child. Okay, so, and I was just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to, and this is going into what you were talking about, what we want to talk about today. I'm not going to sit there and perpetrate a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wear makeup every day. If you come in my house, you're going to see me in my bata. You're going to see my hair and my French braids. Yes, I have a head full of fucking hair under this wig. You're going to see my grays. You're going to see all that. You know what I'm saying? So why not just be vulnerable and just, because I love myself. I don't really care what y'all think about me, but I appreciate the love. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm just going to give it to you exactly how I am. Exactly how you see me in my house
So what happened?
on my day off. So what happened? Look. So what happened was, that was my full intention. Okay, full intentions. Go in there, fuck the grays, pop in, and all that shit. No,
She's like, no.
no. I had my phone because I was laying like this, right? So I had my phone propped on the pillow, whatever. And I'm like, okay, it looks alright. You can't see too much. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, fuck it. And then when I went live, the TV, I was like, oh,
They hear a certain
It's
way, like,
the sun came out.
the light turned
Whoa,
on.
wait a
Wait a minute. That's too real.
I'm like that. And that's what I said, because then I seen Doc was on. I was like, oh, I hope I got off before anybody got to see anything. So I'm like, shit, Doc was seeing it. So now I have to address why I just got off and went back on. So
That
now
was hopping on.
when I went back on again, obviously I said that I was originally going to do that, and what had happened was, that was just, I didn't want to scare none of y'all away. That's just, I love y'all, and I appreciate you guys tuning in to watch us, but I didn't want you, because that was a little frightening for myself. Because I was like, yo.
You see my live
That's a little, I know, but that's cute, but you know what I'm
I
saying?
look like I was tired.
Oh, my gosh, I'm just like, you know
I'm
what?
always tired.
That was just hilarious. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and it was fun. That was just me being me as always. So once again, I'm Jess from The Rundown.
Dee Sheena.
Josie.
Original.
And welcome to this episode. So today I'm going to let you start with, it was your idea for the topic. So
Okay.
you start it.
I've been seeing a lot. I've been noticing a lot. I mean, it's not anything new. It's just heavy on my mind lately. People looking for validation in all the wrong places. People trying to be validated with their fakeness. Everyone is trying to be the perception of them to someone else, which is kind of baffling to me. So, I wanted to talk about it amongst my peers, where's the relevance? And me showing you all of this money on my Facebook page, and it looks like I'm a baller, but really that's my income tax check. And I already borrowed against it for like the past 6 months because my check is coming. Let me just get that on the arm. I got you. You know what I mean? So really, you see that, and now you thumbs up and liking and Doc is a G and all of this stuff. But where do those things, that validation, get me in life now? What did that get me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it didn't give me anything. I'm not a G. You know, like, I perpetrated a fraud right out, and everybody ate it, but I got the validation I was looking for. And what does that do for me now? Like, I don't, you know, it's hard for me to be a grown man and live that way, so I don't.
Right.
But I see my peers and other people that I care about, other people that I know that I've known knee high to a cricket that live this way. And it's just, you know.
Now, question: have you said anything to them?
Oh, yeah, you know. I mean, for those who know me, I don't bite my tongue. I call it how it is. Like, I will post on his post. Nigga, you know you owe me $30.
Stop playing. Let me
You
get
know
that.
you owe my mama $200. You know what I mean? So just you might as well take like $350 of that and take it off the bed.
Let me get
you
it
know?
off.
That's not
Put that
there.
to the side. I'll be there in 20 minutes to come pick it up.
And I'm not gonna put all your business out there, but we know where the rest of that goes to. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, how do you ladies feel about
Well,
it? I'm just sharing and doing all that. Sorry.
No, I kind of feel the same way. Like, a lot of people perpetrate a fraud for Facebook, or they try to, like,
IG.
For the gram, I go for the gram.
Yes.
it's like, oh, I got this going on, and I'm doing this, and you honestly ain't doing shit. You just want to make it look good to the world, like you're doing all these fabulous things, but in real life, you ain't doing none of it.
Yeah.
My question.
And that's where I call the mask, and just be real with yourself. That's where I'm at with it. Unmask yourself. Be real.
Unmask yourself, yeah.
Yes.
One of the things that was really interesting that Doc said a couple weeks ago was that is the most addicting drug out there.
Today, that's the number one
That's
drug.
To get that attention,
That
or
validation.
Validation.
The need for validation is the most addicting drug. It gives you a high like nothing else, because underneath those masks, it's the fact that you haven't been pumping yourself up on your own high.
So you need somebody else to give you props. and
Exactly.
props, like, oh yeah, yo, you doing
Yeah.
that, da, 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 I see you. What you really
It's
see?
false though.
No,
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
what you really
I-
see?
It's confusing to me to see a grown person, you know, particularly, you know, and no offense to my brothers out there, but my queens, you know, like to see them on the gram half naked twerking,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and doing all kinds of like malicious stuff that if I saw my daughter doing, I would.
No,
lose
but
my
the bad part
mind.
about it is that they're teaching these kids
But-
to do that
Yeah.
shit, and they video them like, you know,
Yeah,
like that
like,
shit
like,
ain't
like,
cute.
like that,
Oh, the
you know,
kids
for
cursing
what?
and all that, like ain't none of that cute.
For what? What do you get out of that? You know what I'm saying? Like when you 50 years old and you go back and look at that, I had 2,000 people on my page. You know, that got 7,200 likes.
And that's what they want. They
What-
want
what-
likes.
Where did it get you though? Did it get you a check?
No,
did it get you? You know what I mean? Did it pay your bills? Did it keep you healthy for a
Keep
while?
liking our videos.
Yeah.
Look, we need that validation.
And that's a totally different kind of validation, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Make sure you like and share, y'all.
And one thing I do want to make a distinction is the distinction between, you know, twerking for validation, obviously, and twerking because you just love to fucking twerk.
oh yeah, nah.
But I get what
agree.
you're saying.
I agree.
Just the distinction, because I know when I go out dancing,
Shit, if you got to twerk to get that money, twerk and get that money, honey. There's
But-
nothing
Different
wrong
things
with
happen.
that.
But there's a difference
But that's
between
because you
twerking for
want
money
money.
and twerking for validation.
Yeah,
If I
right.
could get money twerking, I'd be twerking.
facts on facts.
I'd be
Exactly.
twerking. You know what I
Facts
mean?
on
I
facts.
bet you 100,000 if I was twerking on IG, I'd get some damn validation.
Hell yeah. Let me see you twerk, dog.
Mine.
Where's my dollar bills at? Like, we ready. I got some
$1
money.
bills.
Bitch, do not watch this show. That's the rundown remix song. After hours. Exactly.
Check this out at 12 o'clock.
I know exactly when it really goes down at the rundown. So anyway, back to the whole thing. So I totally agree with you. Like people, I feel like if you just love yourself for who you are and accept yourself, you're not gonna really look for that validation. You know what I'm saying? From anybody. But the validation comes from a lot of issues that people stem from inside. Whether it's their own personal self-esteem that they have to work on, whether it's abandonment issues,
Daddy
whether
issues.
it's daddy issues, you know what I'm saying? Just feeling like they were raised like they need that love and attention. Maybe they saw their parents, you know what I'm saying, jumping from one to the next and feeling that they have to be the same way. You know what I'm saying? Their environment, whatever. But I feel like just once you are completely in love with yourself, you're not gonna want or need for that. You know what I mean?
Like it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the other things too, going to how women are raised. We are raised to seek our validation in how well we care for others or how well others approve of us. So that's a programming that in adulthood, we need to take the time and do the hard work of sitting down and understanding and realizing that that programming isn't serving us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one we got to do for is us, and if we have kids, then we got to do for the babies. That's
Exactly.
it. It's the only ones you need to take care of. Anything else is extra, and get paid for it.
She said ain't get paid for it.
What about you, D? How you feel, babe?
Well, I can say a few years ago, I actually did like a little experiment on the Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Because I only post my face. I get a few likes. Okay, let me see something. My best friend posted a full body picture of me. Had almost 200 likes. Okay, let me sit here and do something real quick. Posted my own picture. I got all these likes, all these comments, everybody in my DM.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm good. It was only an experiment. I don't post the full body, but it's just that experiment. I don't know. So you only want certain things.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Exactly.
I'm good. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I only need my little 2 likes. I'm good.
Basically,
Listen, I
hello.
take that any day over extra likes that you
And a lot of them extra likes are just thirsty
Yeah,
they're
motherfuckers that want to
very
slide in your
thirsty.
DM
Sorry.
and try to get some of that.
Yep.
My thing is how do we break that cycle though? Like how do we teach
Teaching
our
your
kids,
children's
and
that-
how do we have the next generation not seek the validation when everything social media is all about
I keep telling them,
validation,
be yourself.
fashion is all about validation. Everything that when they walk out of the house, if they're not feeling validated from that environment they was in, they're gonna seek it somewhere else. And even if they are, it's the culture to seek validation. So how do we stop that? How do we break that? What do we do to tell our children, listen, you are everything.
Yeah.
Believe you are everything. Know that you are everything. And fuck everybody else.
That's pretty much what you just
do
do.
you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
That's
you
where
do.
it starts.
And that's exactly how I raised my children.
You can tell your kids anything though, but telling them and having them do it is
But
different.
you telling them and showing them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Giving
Because
them
you
that
have to follow through what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just say do this, do that, and then shows you doing something totally different that's gonna be hypocritical. Like with my kids, Kiara, God bless her, she is a strong, independent woman. You know what I'm saying? She's seen me raising my 2 children, you know what I'm saying, and working, and not giving a fuck. I said, when she used to come home from school, Mom, this and this and that, I said, my famous words to them are, do they pay your bills? Do they do anything for you? So don't give a fuck about what they have to say about you. At the end of the day, they're going to say, people are always going to talk about whoever, you know what I'm saying? Because that's their entertainment. That's what they do. People gossip, people talk, all that stuff. I said, if they ain't doing nothing for you, and even if they are doing something for you, you have to make sure you don't give that any energy, give it any thought, you know what I'm saying? Just let it stop you in your track from where you are trying to go and what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So if you see your friends wearing all, because I tell my kids, I keep it all the way funky. Like, listen, y'all want that $200 Jordan, so I ain't got it. I might have it in the bank, but guess what? That's NIMO, that's cable, that's a home mortgage, that's, whatever. Listen, you know what I will do? I'll go half. So if you got tell your father, hit your father. You know what I'm saying? I might go half on it. But if I didn't, and if the father couldn't come through, you're going to take these $50 sneakers, you're going to run them, and you're going to like them, and you're not going to give a fuck about what anybody says about them. Because that day, whether it's $200 or a $50 pair of sneakers, people are going to talk about it regardless. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I tell my daughters the same thing. Like they be in school, be like, "Oh, well, they might laugh at me."
Who cares?
I'm like, you like it, right? As long as you like it, that's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, I said, people talk about your mama.
Yeah.
I said, they're going to talk about you regardless if you're doing good or if you're doing bad.
Exactly.
If they talking about you, that's a good thing.
I was just
Yeah.
about to say, when I was coming up, if nobody was talking about you, you wasn't
ain't
doing
doing
something
nothing
right. You know what I
right. You
mean?
ain't
If you
doing
was just in
nothing
the
right.
cuts and you didn't exist, it was like, that's worse than not being validated.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I lived for not being noticed.
Word, me
I
too.
did
But
too.
Me
I
too.
live
I lived for that and I still got soaked about. So it's just
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like, if you,
like whatever.
that's when you live to not be noticed. That's when you get talked about the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because-
When you in your own, and you don't even know it because you don't care. You're not in that lane. You know what I mean? It don't even matter. But believe me, that's when you get talked about the most.
Oh, that just happened just recently.
But that's when you're winning. I'm sorry, real quick.
Exactly.
Because what you're doing is you're taking space in their mind.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So just
Exactly.
let that be your entertainment. They sitting there worried about what you're doing, who you with, where you going, how much money is in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Let them spend that energy, on you, because that energy they're spending on you, they're taking away from them. That's only gonna hold them back at the end of the day. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
pushing you up further.
Yeah,
That's all
exactly.
it is.
With my children, what I did when they were in my life, 100% of the time, I helped them and showed them to put value on different things. Prior to them, I was, I was in the streets, I was doing dumb stuff. And when my kids came around, I did my little bit. I came home, I was like, all right, I'm gonna be legit. There was no Jordans in my house. I had a Ford Explorer. My mom had a little Subi. We had the house and the picket fence, and they had some stuff, but nothing name brand. Like they didn't even know what a Nike was, and they didn't care. And when they went to school, and people said, "Oh, what are those?" They were like, "Oh, these are those." You know what I mean? And they didn't even know they were being picked on because they didn't care. They didn't look down on that. You know what I mean? It's like, what's wrong with you? Why you don't like my shoes? Okay, I like them.
And that's all
They
that
glow in the dark. You know what I mean? Like,
They light up.
you know what I mean? They didn't even understand that. I mean, now it's different.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about up until like the 4th and 5th grade, like they didn't care about none of that.
I
You
mean,
know what I
it's
mean?
the same
Because
way.
they didn't know.
And the other thing too is like it's also taking the time with the kids. A lot of our parents are so strung out from work and keeping the house going that sometimes taking that time to sit down and talk with the kids
That's
about
so
placing
important.
value on the
Exactly.
right things, that tends to get missed. So then the kids are looking at their peers for it, and that's where some of the cycle starts.
That's exactly where it starts, because if you're not having those important conversations with your kids, somebody else is. And if you're not putting forth your positive influences on them, somebody else may be putting forth their negative influence.
Even if you are though having that conversation and you're going to work every day and every paycheck you buying a new bag and a new pair of feet and you got to make sure your rims is cleaner than your neighbor's rims. They hear what you're saying, but they gonna do what you're doing. You know what I mean? They hear what you're saying, but they like, Mom want a new bag all the time. Her nails is always done. She always dripping. That's how you say that.
That's the word now, right?
Say that right. She, you know what I mean? She always fresh to death dope. You know what I mean? She always dope. Like,
Sorry, my mind is gone. He said dripping. He said dripping.
whoa!
And we had like 10 minutes of good talk before she goes.
There go Josie.
And here she goes with the drip.
Said my mind's gone now.
Drip.
Drip drop, yeah.
There she goes.
Boy,
Heard that
I
remix.
thought, look. How far were we with that?
And you talking about I was gonna be bad.
Honey.
See, I know when to calm it down.
oh, what you talking about? You pouring wine in your remix? What you talking about?
I put wine in my cup
She
too.
remixed the both of y'all remixing the remix.
They go back and forth between the remix
Remix
and the
and
rundown.
rundown.
Oh my gosh, so funny. So, but it is important. Let's try to bring it back. Let's try to bring it back. Okay, let's just try. I know it's hard. Y'all. It's like literally
Is
hard.
it?
Oh, look at wow. She said, "Is it? Look at
Where is your
Josie. What's wrong?
Everywhere.
She
Wait, take her cup.
She like, no. She like, no. You can't
Mind
have
you,
it.
she took a sip earlier before when we just got here.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh no, I'm not doing that." And then that's why he made up the whole thing. And look at you
Look
now.
at them now.
Look at you now. Out there. Yo, she's getting drip. Okay, guys, let's
bring it back.
Let's
Bring it back to the conversation at hand.
Woo, and she poured pictures.
Yeah, as I pour.
Yeah,
There you
so
go,
my
babe.
oldest daughter, she's about to be 18. She's very voluptuous. She's got my height. We're short. She don't like wearing clothes that fit her. She wears sweats, hoodies, jeans, and t-shirt. She covers herself.
Yeah.
Her grandmother didn't like the fact she was doing that. it was like, oh, she needs to dress like a girl. No.
No.
She's doing that for a reason.
Yeah.
She does not want to be seen. She don't want these grown men talking to her. So let her be a child.
Exactly.
And let her be her.
Yeah.
Stop trying to force her to do something that she don't want to
Precisely.
do.
Oh my gosh. And it's like, I don't know. I seriously have an issue with the way sometimes these kids are dressed. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
let them be. Like, do you guys remember being kids and
Yes.
wearing like just
Yes.
regular clothes?
Right, yep.
These kids
Cover
now,
eyes, man.
like, they have makeup and everything. And
Listen,
elementary
yeah.
school.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or they wear long weeds.
And my kids be like, Mommy, no, you will not wear makeup. You will not have stuff. You bugging.
So my daughter only got like
You
this
get
much hair.
chapstick,
She
honey.
called herself bald headed.
Exactly.
She got the
Yeah.
mohawk.
I don't even
I'm
want you to
bald-headed.
lips glossy. No,
Look,
you
you
get
better get some
chapstick.
Vaseline.
Exactly. Yeah, that's all you
You
get.
better not walk out of here with your lips shining.
Take some
motherfucker.
But it's like, why? You know what I mean? Like, why bring all that attention to your kids? Number one, there's like a whole million freaking sickos. out there.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then you got these little girls that's so cute, you know what I'm saying? And then they thinking in their mind that this is something they have to keep up with all the time. So growing up, they're like, I can't leave the house without makeup. I can't leave the house without a purse or you know, like whatever, heels or all that stuff, other shit. You know
My
what I'm saying?
kids are wearing the sneakers, jeans. So down to my daughter, because my youngest one, she thick like me, and I told her, spandex you will not wear to school unless you got
A shirt to cover
Shirt
your
to cover
body.
your
Shirt.
And I said, you
kidding me?
listen,
You will not own a pair of fucking spandex until you buy them. Period.
well,
That's a father, guys. I know that's a father talking.
I was actually gonna
No.
say that.
Like,
You
you
go
go
through
over
You will not own. You will wear a dress to church. You will wear a dress to funerals and weddings, and I will be there when you are wearing said dress. If I cannot be with you when you are wearing your dress, you will wear a fucking chastity belt and jeans. Period. Every day.
Oh my God.
Every day.
That's daddy talk.
Yeah, that's daddy talk.
all
The
daddy
whites of his
talk.
eyes.
Yo, yes,
And
he
he
like,
was so
yo.
serious. He's like, I will
No.
fight you and I will fucking fight you. Like, don't even think about it.
That's it.
But so that's my thing, like with the little girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, just install in them. You know what I'm saying? That love yourself. Just
And that's another thing too. Let me bring that back for all of those who think I'm jumping out the window. If my daughter grows up to be a mature 16-year-old girl who wants to wear makeup and dress a little
that's
like,
fine.
you know, I
A
don't know
little
what
bit.
you want to call it,
A
but you know,
little
in
bit.
style and in tune and be a little flashy. If she's mature enough to know, I can I can send her to the prom and I can buy her all of this stuff, and she's gonna come home not pregnant, and she's still gonna get those good. Wear what you want to wear,
Exactly.
baby girl. Do what
Yeah,
you want to
exactly.
do. Live your life.
But you have to
make
have
them
them in-
hate. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
Make them
Yes.
hate. You know.
To be mature, like you said.
But you,
Right.
and she gotta love herself, and she's gotta
Exactly.
know
She gotta
who
know.
she is
Yes.
when she
Exactly.
walks out that door.
Yes.
And as long as she knows herself and loves herself,
Right.
you
Yes.
do. I'll give you the money, go shopping, do what you want to do.
Because you're wearing those clothes for yourself.
Yeah,
Not
yes.
for nobody
Yeah,
else.
for validation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? No.
Yeah, that is so true. Like I remember when Kiki, whew, child was a handful, honey. Love you, boo day. But thank God she, you know what I'm saying? But then she thinks she's slick. Hold up, because I see some pictures back in the day when you used to go out. In your friends' pictures, but because she never showed her belly, you know what I'm saying, and all of that stuff. And then I jumped, you know, you do some stalking, Facebook stalking.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh,
supposed to.
what Kiki got over there? And she was like 16, 17. So she wasn't like 13, 14.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
and, you know, she had like little halter tops. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing outrageous or ridiculous. But
That's a
That's
mom talking.
I'm like,
A halter top is murder, death, kill. Murder, death, kill.
you know, like, let's see here, whatever you call it, crop top.
3/4 of cloth. Never showing your stuff off, boom. That's what I'm talking about. This is what you get.
But exactly. But remember who we're talking about,
Yeah.
Kiki. She is headstrong, God bless her. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was like, but she didn't do it in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So she went to her friend's house, and you know, and that's what they do.
That's
Yeah,
what-
They
that's-
change clothes.
Listen, I remember
Did you do
when
that?
I've done it.
Did you
I've
do
done
that?
it.
No,
I've done it.
Because
I've done it.
I didn't have
I
any
ain't gonna
clothes
lie.
like that. Honestly, I didn't have any like
It
sexy
wasn't-
clothes. I've always been like a regular kind of chick.
I was
You
too
know what I'm
thick
saying?
for all of that.
Yeah,
I didn't like my body
I didn't get
then.
into my sexiness until like probably like the 30s maybe.
Same
we
here.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
in my
that's
30s, I think I started. Well, after you, I started wearing heels and all that
Mine was
shit.
like
I had my
college.
little span with heel
Yeah,
things.
my
College.
And And but other than that, I really wasn't.
I didn't get
Just
my
kind of,
sexy on
regular,
that,
regular.
I ain't gonna
Two
lie.
weeks
I'm still waiting.
You ain't hit your sex prime yet?
Oh, I get my sex prime.
Okay.
Oh, I think I did that. I didn't say get my sexy on,
Yo,
high heels and stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Look, set me up.
Yes.
You
I
are
just
too
looked
much.
I'm gonna need that autograph too. Okay, put that in the vault. The vault. Under lock and key, dock and heels. Cha-ching.
No, hold on. If Prince can do it, you know what I mean?
Nobody paying, baby.
Prince
Nobody
is super
paying.
heterosexual,
Listen,
you know?
I am open to any man that wants to know what our calves go through.
No.
Yes.
The struggle.
Yes, the struggle is
The
real.
I think you
struggle.
can tell
The
me.
kneecaps.
You don't have, I don't have to experience it to
No,
know.
no,
You
no,
can
no,
just
no.
tell me.
I want you to.
Yes,
I've
the
done-
kneecaps.
I've done calf raises
To the
and
heels,
bench
to the
hops
heels.
and all that.
Look, Doc, what size are you? Let's see.
Yeah, you don't got enough shoe material on this whole for my foot.
Look, these little too small. Right? Let's take a toll. If y'all want to see Doc and Heels next episode,
Yeah, which one is it?
hit the like button or just comment yes. Doc and Heels.
Go for two.
Feel that calf squeeze, that little muscle.
If you bring it back around full circle though, Prince is that dude who didn't give a fuck about validation.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
He wore leather pants and blouses with
Yeah.
baggy
Yeah.
jeans
Booty
and,
cheeks
and-
out.
and- but his booty cheeks out.
Yes.
To the club.
And sexy as
got-
hell.
And pardon me,
And
but got more pussy than every
I
man
was
in
just
that
gonna
combined.
say, and he
And
would
got
take
more-
all the chicks.
And got more pussy
Take
than
all
every
the
man in that
chicks,
club
yeah.
combined.
He got
Yeah.
Sheila E.
And he got the dope
And the
ones.
other one, what's the
And
other
he
one?
got
She's
the
pretty
dope
as hell too.
The one from Purple Rain.
Yes.
Yes, she was bad.
Wow.
That was my shit too.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace, Prince Lovely.
Right.
Telling you. Can I get a rundown remix?
I'm gonna have to make it off camera, but sure you can.
Okay. I need that in my life. I'm
So
trying to
why
catch up to
you gonna make
you.
enough? Cause I'm gonna be done with this over here.
Can I get that bottle? I'll just make it.
Yeah, you need to make the whole
Thank you. Doc is
All right.
playing
Bartender.
The DJ, the bartender.
Make
I got that.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay. Now, so, where did we go? We went from Doc to Heels and
Then where did we go from that to Prince?
So we're
Prince,
back to Prince.
But we brought it back to
Validation.
Prince.
Validation. Prince, yeah.
Validation.
He didn't need
Okay.
validation.
So- oh, okay, that's where we was.
Yeah,
I was still picturing Doc and Heels. Sorry.
Somebody said
So,
she like
yeah.
the gold ones.
So there,
Gold is for two. Black
Um,
is one.
there we go. So
Oh, boy.
going back to people just living it. We always say
Living
living
their
your
truth.
truth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, and not seeking that because you don't need it because you're totally comfortable in your own
Yes.
skin. You know, and getting there could be the struggle.
Yeah, because
You know what
they
I'm
have
saying?
to take that look in the mirror. They have
Yeah.
to sit and be okay with everything that's going on with them.
Yeah.
That be the problem. People ain't ready for the real part of themselves.
Exactly. And accepting your flaws. Accepting, like, you know what? I'm never going to be a size 0, 2,
Yo,
4,
hold on,
6,
hold
8.
on. Hold on.
Wait.
Jess.
Alexa, we did not talk to you.
Jess, who says not being a 0, 2, 5, or 8 is a fucking flaw? Who says that?
No, no.
You are perfect just the way you are.
No, I didn't say that
Accept
was
that. I have no flaws. My teeth is chipped and yellow. You know, my feet
You
stink
do
when I
have
take
a
my
good
boots
point.
off.
I know.
You know, I got
I
scars
love
all under my
that.
face. When you see it, I am
Right.
perfect.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you don't like it, eat a dick, move on.
Yeah.
You know how many people do?
Right.
You know how many people do? I
Thank
can care
you.
less. You don't
Honey.
like it. My imperfections make me perfect. There's only
Yes.
one doctor on this planet.
Love
Yeah.
your
It's me.
imperfection.
Can you
It's
get on
me.
camera? Oh, you guys
know,
can hear
but
him.
that's
You can
okay.
hear him, man. Everybody can hear him.
I can't legally make a drink on camera.
Why not?
No, but if you're gonna if you're
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
do
yeah.
that rant, you can sit there and then go back over there.
That is so true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Times a million. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, like, flaws, because, obviously no one is perfect. And,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be personal appearances. It could be just, some people are just more aggressive or more, standoffish or,
Some
you know what I
non-social.
mean? And they see it as a flaw because maybe the standoffish wants to be more aggressive and they feel like that flaw is stopping them from achieving where they want to achieve.
And then some of that
You know
comes
what I'm
with
saying?
the insecurity because they want what the other person has because they don't understand what they actually have and need to work with it.
Yeah, exactly.
We get such
Woo!
Glory.
Can't show that on camera, y'all.
Glory on you.
Glory.
We get such a distorted view when we look outside versus inside ourselves.
Mhm.
Because when we look outside and try, that's where the problem starts. If you're an adult and you're looking outside of yourself trying to compare, what do you see? You see the size 2s. You see flawless skin.
Yeah.
You see these commercials that are all about the flawless skin.
That's all touched up.
Yeah.
Because let's
Exactly.
just talk about it real quick. How these people really look without no makeup?
Facts on facts.
Yo,
Mhm.
they face be horrible. And I'm not
It's
trying to
beaten a
be
different way.
blush on
It's
it.
beaten
But they face be so messed up. You're like, oh my gosh, who are you?
So, you know, it's that to start by looking in that mirror, looking at yourself and loving yourself.
Not your perception of yourself,
No.
but your
Loving
true
yourself.
self.
Yes.
Like the deep down
Yes.
to the root to the
Exactly.
tooth.
Yeah.
Like all the imperfections, all the things that you
Everything.
wasn't comfortable
I've
with
already done.
before. You need to
Yes.
be comfortable
I've
with it
already
now.
done.
I was like that a few years. Well,
No,
when
no.
I was a size 16, probably about 3.5 years ago. I did not like coming outside in tights. And I'm like wearing fitted clothes because I was too thick. And I was like, I don't want the attention. So I wear the big clothes, the boy clothes. I lost all the weight. It's like, dang, I wish I had my body back.
Now she wants the way back.
Now I want the weight back. But
I just
I
want to
love
admit something. I
myself.
saw
I
those pictures
love
on
what I
your
have.
page. I've been stalking a little bit, and I saw those pictures when you was a little bit more curvy. It took everything for me not to like them because I know you in person. Okay.
But he likes him in person. He wanted to hit that.
Basically.
He wanted to hit that.
I did see
Exactly.
those.
But now I
fucking
came
funny.
to the point of, yes, I'm a size, whatever it is now, but I love it. I see it and I embrace it.
Yeah.
But I
I
still
went
want to
through
get back
that.
to my size
I
though.
went through that when
But
I
I
had my
still
kids.
embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I had my kids, because like growing up, I was like a size 2 to like a size 6. Then I had kids, I was like a 9. Now I'm like a
Am I
15,
taking
17.
cups?
And I was like, you know what? This is where I have to get comfortable.
Right.
This is what it is. This is where it's going.
That might be strong too.
I'll take it strong. It might be my last one.
I posted something, I don't know, some weeks ago, and it was a spur of the moment, and I only remembered it because one of the people on my page brought it up to me. And I posted and said, take just a few moments of any given day and look at yourself full body naked.
Yeah.
Full body naked.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
I do that every night.
Oh, what a sight! I go, oh, what a sight!
I do it every night.
Let me-
Every night.
Let me share it with you, and I think I shared it like in our first episode.
Yeah.
Doc wasn't here, but
Is this my second round?
Yes,
Yes,
baby.
third-ish.
Tell me that I can't taste it, so I don't know if it's good or not.
am I doing more or no?
I don't know. Do you want more?
Yeah, we want more.
Okay.
Oh,
So anyway, look at her. We gonna be. Look, I do have a full size bed in here. You need a crash for the. I'm just saying, we don't want nobody driving crazy out there.
There you go.
Okay. So anyway, it was back. Gosh, it was a few years ago. I think it was like 2017. Took a trip. I took my man to Vegas for his birthday, his 40th. And while we was there, I was struggling with my weight. I had gained some weight. I think I had like quit smoking or some shit like that. I don't remember. But anywho, boom.
Anyway,
So, exactly. What had happened was I was in Vegas and I was struggling. Like I said, I was been struggling, whatever. So, and there was a couple other things going on, and I decided that, you know, instead of putting all that attention onto those situations, I'm going to start putting those attention to myself. You know what I'm saying? And I literally, no lie, it might have been a scary sight for some people, but you can get that. I don't know. I literally stood in front of, we was on like in a penthouse in the, I forgot whatever, the Hilton, I forgot what the fuck it's called. Anyway, all the way naked, just came out the jacuzzi, because you know bitch, you need a jacuzzi in your suite. And stood there like this, And it was like, you know what? I'm gonna let all this shit go.
Right.
I'm gonna put all the energy that I was putting into everything else in my life, put it on me, and 2 years fast forward, look how much I have grown.
Yes.
You know, spiritually, emotionally, financially. Thank God I ain't not physically. You know what I'm saying?
That mentally,
Yeah,
that mental weight is heavier than
Yeah.
the physical.
Yeah.
It's heavier than the
Yeah.
physical weight. That
It
mental
so
weight,
is.
when you let that go, it's like you're a whole new person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you felt like you done lost 1,000 pounds.
I mean,
Exactly.
Exactly,
It's not
'cause
lying.
I grew up a ward of the state. It was hard for me to find myself. You know, it was hard for me to find out who Dakeem was and love Dakeem because everybody told me Dakeem wasn't shit. That you're never gonna be shit. You know, 8
You're
years
everything.
old,
Love
9
everything.
years old. I was in
Yeah.
DFY. You know, look at this. Look at your life. You know, this is where you're gonna do forever. It's hard. You know what I mean? But I had a son, and before I had a son, he had an older brother. And when his older brother was born, when he came out the vagina, I was like, wow, to be a dad would be like I don't know if I feel like this and this is not my biological. And then I had a daughter, you know, fast forward. And it was over. It was like, if I don't love me the way that she loves me right now, like, who the fuck, like,
Exactly.
she's gonna stop. She's gonna see that I don't love myself like that. And be like, why am I allowed this nigga like this if he don't love himself? And then she's gonna look for a dude like that.
Yep.
Because that's who her dad was, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I gotta go back. I gotta reevaluate. I gotta see
Yep.
what it is, you know, that's got me all twisted and thinking that I'm not when I am.
Yep.
And then when I did that, unfortunately, I got divorced. You know, like I saw a lot of things in myself that, okay, I'm not gonna deal with this anymore because that was accepting. And it wasn't for validation, but it was just accepting. And, you know, that's not who Dakeem is, you know, so I stopped. I started loving myself more. I started knowing myself. And I'm 40. I'll be 40 in March. I still don't know myself like that.
Yeah.
And because I just started the
Yeah,
journey.
the journey,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I just started it. Like every
Yeah.
day I come across a situation where I'm like, yeah, 10 years ago, I'd have
Mhm.
not today.
Not today. Not now.
Yeah.
Not today.
I was never the type to seek validation. Also being institutionalized because I had state clothes and state shoes,
Yeah.
and What Are Those was my name brand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always went to look for clothes that fit and matched, and not clothes that were in style. So when I was out in public with the state kids and everybody's wearing Parasuco and Guess and all of these other name brands of our time, you know.
Yeah.
I had one of those. You know what I mean? Like, what is that? It didn't have a name brand. It wasn't even nothing I could sew a tiger on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you could just see it, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at first, obviously, I'm like, oh my God, you know.
Yeah.
But I was bigger than everybody, so they didn't pick on me. You know what I mean? But still, at first, I was picking on myself. Like, wow, I wish I had those. I wish I was one of the cool kids.
Yep.
And then, like, I don't know how old I was, but after a while, I was just like, I'm the coolest kid here.
Basically, hello.
Like, I'm different than all of these dudes for a plethora of reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Thank you.
I'm the coolest motherfucker in this room. Like, I'm the only one who stands out. I'm done. And after that, you know, and I was an adolescent. So,
Yeah.
and that
And
part,
when you start feeling like that, you'll see that all those cool kids that you thought were cool, they start gravitating
yes,
towards you.
Yep.
circles
Yep.
change.
Yes. Because
Yes.
they see that you are feeling yourself. They're like, and then they're like, damn, I want to feel him. I want to be like him. Because,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? You don't give a fuck about nobody. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Whatever. That's the cool motherfucker. Right? And then they start, you know, gravitating towards you.
Exactly.
Clearly. But,
What you was gonna
Well,
say, Jay?
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Just a quick, interesting story to what you said. This was adulthood, though. I was a couple years ago over the summer. I met some really cool ladies. They introduced me to a mutual friend, and at first, the conversation was kind of like a push-pull, like competing for the floor, until I checked myself. And I checked myself. I'm like, Josie, why are you competing for the floor? That makes no sense. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So I sat back. I took a breath, I centered myself, I checked myself, and I just stayed quiet. I wasn't rude, I wasn't standoffish, I was completely engaged in the conversation, but I stopped engaging in competition.
yes.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
When that energy shifted, the mutual friend stopped in her tracks. She's like, why aren't you talking? What's going on?
Because I'm already winning, bitch.
Yeah.
Because I already won.
Yep.
You gotta
Game
keep it.
over.
I already won. No, I'm watching you compete.
wasn't ready.
Enjoy.
I was honest. I said, I'm not going to compete for the floor.
Yeah.
Well, you're not competing. I'm like, I know I'm not competing.
'Cause
That's
I-
why I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah, exactly.
And when it's my turn at the floor, I'll speak.
Exactly.
No
When-
big deal.
No big deal. When you have that you know, that centeredness, that security in yourself.
And they're controlling
Yeah.
yourself.
Exactly. Everybody feels it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like when you create your own lane, it's like, okay, I know who I am. I know what my worth is. I understand me. If you don't understand me, it's okay.
Mhm.
But I know who I am.
Mhm.
Your lane is
So
only
either
built
you
for
can
you
go-
anyway.
Exactly.
Your lane can't. Nobody else can fit in your lane.
No.
It's custom made for you.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
it. But everybody don't know their lane.
No, because that's why
They
there's so
be
much
veering
traffic
off,
and shit is so
exactly.
fucked up.
They
That's
be
why there's all these
veering.
accidents and stuff
Yep.
because
Yeah.
nobody stays their lane. But you can't stay in your lane if you don't know what that lane is.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't know how to create it. I mean,
Yep.
my opinion is when you're born, that lane is created, and then you just fill it. You know,
Yep.
you ride it until you can't
Till the wheels
anymore.
fall off.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
it.
And you
know what
keep
I mean?
riding.
You
You
keep
keep
riding.
riding.
Energy
You
never
pick
dies.
that
No,
one
exactly.
up.
Energy
Keep
never
going.
dies. You just keep
Yeah,
riding.
keep
You know what I mean?
going,
That's
keep
your
going.
lane.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so true.
That's a perfect analogy. Your lane is only yours. And the reason there's so many accidents because other people not realizing, not knowing their lane or how to fill their lane, they look at yours and like, oh,
I wanna do that.
I wanna
I
go with her lane.
Yeah. They don't need no blinker or nothing. Just, oh, you know what I mean?
The side
Be
light.
over there.
Why
You
you all
know what I mean? Yeah.
facts on facts. That's so
Like, why you over here?
Yeah, right. I was minding my business.
What is it doing?
Through that lane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Through
word.
that lane.
Nah, your lane is your lane. Like, you know, back there, you got into a whole bunch of accidents because people coming into your lane. The people up there next to that you're passing or that's passing you, they don't know about those accidents back there. They don't know about those collisions or nothing. You know, they just
Everything
see
you had to
what
go
you
through
doing
to
and
take
they
you
just
on
see
the
that you
lane.
cruising at 150,
Right.
no troopers behind you or
Yep.
nothing.
Right.
Oh shit, I want to be in that lane. You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they get pulled up.
Yep, and that lane's not your lane.
It's
You
not
know
your
what I mean?
lane.
It's not your lane.
So the most important thing is just find your lane,
Stick
stay in
to
it, ride that bitch all the way the fuck out.
That's it.
Ride that.
Validate yourself. If you are an adult,
Yeah.
you should be able to validate yourself. And if you can't, you need to reevaluate your life.
Yeah.
You know, if you
Figure
can't
out.
look in the mirror and say I am great because, then you need to get great, and then
Yeah.
look in the mirror and say now I am great because I
That's
accomplished this, I did this, I am in motion, I am attempting to accomplish
Yeah.
this. I'm not sitting stagnant anymore. I'm not worried about what the fuck Peter is thinking or Paul.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
Or
just
John
me.
Cruz.
It's just me. You know?
Exactly.
Keeping up with the Joneses shouldn't be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
You know
Yo,
what I mean?
Mr. Jones,
And that's
Who the
that
fuck? That's
Mr.
what I was just
Jones,
about
yeah,
to say.
Mr. Jones.
I was about to say it's 2020. Who the fuck is the
No,
Joneses?
listen.
You know what I mean?
That's the whole shit. I never. It's so funny that you said that because I was gonna bring it up anyway. My nephew, love you well, sir. Joel, because you're older now, baby. But anyway, I was visiting him in Chicago, and you know we were shooting shit, whatever. And he was telling me, I said, "Damn, you know it's pretty expensive out here." You know what I'm saying? So it's cool, windy as fuck. It was cold as hell. But I said, "How you doing?" He was like, "You know, I'm just trying to keep up with the Joneses," and I didn't know what the fuck that was. I looked at him. I said, "That was that. Who's the Jones?" I'm not. I said, "You better keeping up with the Kardashians." Like, he's like, DT Jess. You don't know what that means? I said, "No. Is that a show? Like, I never heard of it. What is that? Like a spinoff of the fucking Kardashians?" He's like, DT Jess. No, keeping up with the Joneses is basically trying to, you know, fit that image that everyone else is portraying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I said, well, babe, if you ain't got it, you ain't gotta act like you do, honey.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
I
don't need to
got it,
keep
I
up with
got it.
shit. You keep up with what your funds can afford.
Word.
You got a whole
You better check your
apartment that if you
apartments.
living out here and it's crazy expensive, your whole apartment is my whole fucking mortgage. You know what I'm saying? If not twice that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's ridiculous. And my baby's, you know, he was in college at that time. But no, actually he still is. So anyway, like you don't need to try to keep up with that, babe. You know what I'm saying? Like at all. He's like, I know. I said, and if you feel like, you know, you need some, I'm a thrift shop fucking store
Word.
person.
Yes.
I said, if you feel you need some,
Shout
you
out
know,
to Macklemore who made that actually a thing.
Yeah.
Because I saw like.
I was doing it before you.
I'm about to say I was doing it way
I
before
love
him.
that song
Army
because
and
you put
Navy,
it on.
Salvation Army,
Oh,
like
yeah,
Clarence
Clarence
Rack,
Rack,
all that.
honey.
But
Clarence Rack.
Clarence Rack,
Yes.
Burlington Coal Factory.
Yes.
But since that joint came out, I be seeing mad thugs in there. You know what I mean? Like with the gold chains and you know the fake
I see a
diamonds
lot
and
of them
stuff.
at
But they be in there right
I
along
love
with
Play-Doh.
me.
I love Play-Dohs. I see a lot of them in
I know
Play-Dohs.
Play-Dohs.
Okay.
Play-Dohs is a
Play-Dohs
good right
is
there.
store.
Like you take
For
the
the-
store.
for
I
Designing
love-
shop?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
No, I'm telling you, find really
It's
good
like a
stuff
thrift
in
store.
there. They got great
It's the same thing
stuff,
like a thrift
$300
store.
worth of
I've
stuff
never
in
shopped in
there.
a thrift shop though.
No.
Oh, but then you
Right.
fucking
Right.
taking it from because
I'm in the
I have.
Salvation Army and places like that. I can't. Yo, let me say this. This is off topic, but I went with somebody today and they went to go try some, like going down south to go party with their friends. A female friend of mine. Well, more than that. I just don't want to say too much, and you know. Shit.
We are
Yo,
not.
let me ask you something though, ladies.
Yes.
When y'all go try on clothes, like y'all try on thongs and stuff.
No,
No,
that, you
no,
can't.
no.
You're not supposed to.
No.
The store don't even allow that.
This store did.
That's a whole lie.
Oh,
I
That's a lie.
sat right there and was watching and was like, hey, I would never share vagina space with an unknown vagina. Why would you do that?
They're not supposed to.
You're not
What
supposed to.
store is that?
They're not
I'm
even
not
bathing
telling
suits.
you that.
Wow.
Not
Tell
even
me about
bathing
it.
suits. Oh.
Wow.
I didn't even hear. I don't even know that.
Oh, that's
not
not
answer.
And a worker,
They're not supposed to.
a worker saw
Not
her
even
going
bathing
in,
suits.
they don't even take
No.
it back. You know,
They
she
can't
was.
take
I don't
Why
know.
Why
I
you
didn't pay
didn't take
attention.
it back?
I didn't pay attention to all that.
Absolutely.
Only thing I know is when it was
You're not
on,
supposed to
I
do
didn't
that.
see it was on. But when I was told what it was, I was
At least
like,
the bottom.
do women share vagina
No.
space with unknown women?
You can't do that with bathing suits.
No,
You can't
no.
fucking do that with
No.
fucking. That's any undergarment.
Undergarments.
No, it wasn't an undergarment.
You just said
It's
a
a
thong.
thong.
It wasn't. It
That's
was
a whole
It was a
undergarment.
whole top with the
No.
thong
Oh, that's a
connected to it.
bodysuit.
It's a bodysuit.
It was not just a bodysuit.
It was some
up the crack of
freaky.
her ears.
But it was a bodysuit that you.
that you
That's
snapped down in the.
yeah,
that
that's
you
a
snapped-
Yeah, you
bodysuit,
sat
baby.
down in it.
Okay, so let me rephrase
I'm
that.
gonna
I'm
say,
sorry
yeah.
because I didn't know women's dress like that. So you share that kind of vagina space.
No, no,
No.
Oh, okay.
But you're
Okay.
not
You can
supposed
try it out, but
to.
don't
You
snap
shouldn't
it.
I don't think
snap
you shouldn't snap.
No.
You shouldn't snap
No,
it.
that's
I wasn't in there. I didn't see her snap it or not snap it. When I saw what it was, I asked her, "Do you share vagina space with unknown vaginas?"
Yeah, but
and she
even-
said, "No, that's disgusting."
Yeah.
I said, "But you just brought a thong."
That wasn't a
Whole
thong, baby.
suit- It was.
It's a quarter bodysuit.
I don't give a fuck. It
It's
was in the
a
top of her ass. And I didn't see her try it on. But the point is,
Wait, but she probably had her underwears on. Not saying that was good
I don't
anyway.
give.
But because when you wear a bodysuit like that, you wear your still underwears because you just right, or people wear it without
No,
underwear.
it's
I'm
it's-
sorry.
it's-
I
it's
didn't
the
take
same
it so
thing
far
as
off
sitting on
topic,
the
but you
toilet
brought
seat.
it up, and it kind of like
It's the same
that's
thing as sitting on the
baffling.
toilet seat that somebody else sat on in public.
No, I don't think. I think
No.
I'd sit on the toilet seat in public. I'm not wearing enough to do jock strap.
No.
You know what I mean?
Can
Like,
I
I'm not-
ask
Yeah.
a question?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Question,
I have so many questions. But I have one main question. Can we define what a thong is here?
Okay, yeah,
please?
word, because I'm saying it wrong. It was a bodysuit, but the
Bodysuit.
back of it went up her ass, and it was like a thin piece. I saw it. I didn't see it on her, but when she brought it out, crumbled up with the hangers and stuff, I was like, "Is that? Do you share vagina?" I didn't ask her if it was a thong. I saw it. I said, "Do women?" I didn't say to you. My exact words were, "Do women?" In changing rooms, share vagina space with unknown vaginas.
No,
because
that's-
that is
I
the
know.
most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's super disgusting.
She said no as well, but she came out of the dressing room with it. So it's
But
like,
maybe she didn't.
Maybe
strap
she
it.
didn't. She not.
how do you know if it fits then if you didn't strap it on?
Because if as long as it
It's
goes
like you
down,
can
the
bring it
shit's
down
dangling.
again to make sure it.
Her ass is super dope in fact. So I feel like she would have to try that on
Sip
to
on
see
that.
if it fits.
Well, I won't be going to that store. That's all I'm saying. Probably can't fit none of
Definitely
this
won't
shit
be going
anyway.
Definitely won't be going there.
I wouldn't.
Oh my.
I wouldn't go to any store where
Because
you
even
could do
Walmart
that.
don't even do it.
I didn't think
No,
that was
you're
legal.
not
I thought that
supposed
was
to.
illegal. Like I don't think that,
Like,
that would be
They
illegal.
number one, if you look in the bathing suits, they always have like a protector,
Right, the
like
protective
a
thing.
I've never
panty
bought.
line or whatever.
I've never bought a pair of thongs
But I
or a
still
bathing
ain't tried
suit
it
that
on.
I looked in the inside
Really?
of. I bought thongs before,
I was good
but
for your girls. I hope so.
not by myself. She was there.
You know.
I just paid for
Really?
it. Yeah.
Oh, well.
So for
Next time, try
I
to do it
buy
on your own.
toys. I don't buy clothes. I buy toys.
boy.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
buy
take a
toys.
sip.
You can read it, go to the
Word, we way off topic. I apologize. Let's bring it back full circle.
We oblong now.
We
We
need
oblong.
validations, okay, as far as keeping up with the Joneses.
Word, yeah.
You know, keep up with your budget. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Because instead of living out of a car with the latest fashion, how about putting all that money and buying a whole fucking house?
Word.
And investing all that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wear the dun clothes, ain't none of my shit name.
I don't wear
I
name
think
brand
this is,
clothes.
I think this is
Sorry.
fruit of womb.
See,
if I'm
mine-
not mistaken.
I don't wear name brand my logo.
Exactly. But guess what? A bitch got a whole house, a few cars, a fucking investment and all that shit. But you know what? But you can't tell by looking at me. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you move low key.
But you know what?
Wow.
If you want to treat yourself, there's nothing absolutely. We're not knocking anybody that wants to go and get this shit done. I'm saying if you got the money, knock yourself out and have a good time.
Even if you don't.
Yeah. If you want to treat yourself,
sometimes you just gotta do you.
As long as you're doing it for you.
And not for
Only
for you.
If it makes you like me, that's the whole reason why I sell like the Michael Kors, which are all authentic guys, and the Coach bags, because me personally, I'm not gonna go and spend $200-300 on a fucking bag.
Me
You know
neither.
what I'm saying? What I am gonna do is buy something gently used and fucking, you know what I'm saying, pay like a quarter of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And totally fucking happy with it. And it looks cute, it goes, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I sell them. Because I want to be able to provide people with, you know, higher brand or whatever. Even in them fucking straps, some of them straps are ridiculous.
It's just name brand. It's nothing higher.
It really is.
Just a name.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just a name that you're paying for at the end of the day. But that's why I wanted to, you know, be able to bring those products to people who don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Because like a bitch like me, I ain't got to spend $200. If I did, then I'm doing something fucking, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely ridiculous, because I wouldn't even spend it if I did have it anyway. But to bring those products to people who can afford it, you know, like I always say, I ball on a budget, bitches.
Yes.
I say I'm just on the budget. I ball on the court.
I find those deals that, you know what I'm saying, can make motherfuckers' heads turn. And by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying, that has gotten me a long way. My mother has taught me that from a very young age. I installed it in my kids. As soon as I go into a spot, I'm hitting the clearance rack.
Yes.
I'm looking for the
You know,
clothes.
whatever it is, clearance.
And now I'm on my phone looking for promo codes and coupons. What I gotta text my number to
Right. Where you sign up for the text number?
Let me get all that, because
And I can get that today.
Right. Hold on, give me a second.
Exactly.
See, here you go.
There's an extension for Google Chrome. It's called Honey, just like the food, HONEY. And whenever you are online shopping and you get to your shopping cart where you're checking out, Honey will search the internet and try all of the codes.
shut the fuck up.
Seriously.
Okay, text that to me, please.
I will.
I need
That's
that.
right.
Google shout out. We just
Word.
that's a free promo. Google
Every week.
and Honey.
Google every week, and we got some viewers right now.
I love Google.
Every week.
So
Google.
What's up?
We need them sponsorships.
We need the sponsors.
I don't know for what yet, but we working on it, y'all. We working on it. But that's what's up. So yeah, definitely, honey, I gotta look that up. Because I am like the #1 fucking queen for that shit. My man be like, yo, before you. You be like, before you. I don't give a fuck, I'll go fucking spend, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. He's like, man, shit, fucking with you, yo. I'm going to the store, even when you're not there, I'm going straight to the clearance. Ask me what specials you got going on.
Just, you know me from back in the days. You know how I used to get it.
Yes,
Like, I didn't care about price.
Yeah.
I just go and get it
And
because
drop it.
I had it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It didn't even take not having it to do that. It just, I don't know. I think it just instilled in me. You know, like I never cared. Like, I can't see me spending $300 on a pair of sneakers.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Especially
You
if
have to give
everybody in the
$300?
block got
I know.
those sneakers.
Why would you
Yeah,
want
like,
to
you
do
know what I
it?
mean? I get 4 pair of sneakers for $300.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
Wait,
And I wear size 15, so it's a whole lot of extra
Oh my
material.
God.
You know what I mean? Like, I still get like 3 pair of sneakers, 4 pair with $300.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
like 15?
Yeah.
Just stop it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know any innocent mind here. Okay, you wear it right? You wear it up
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how big is 15. I wasn't thinking about your man. Shit.
Sorry, my mind went
She thinking about that drip.
Excuse
She thinking about that drip. She testing her.
Her shit ain't dripping no more. It's just leaking. It's a
Oh my
full-on
God.
water.
All right. And that's the rundown for you.
Water flow, y'all. Water flow.
That's the rundown for right now.
I got some extra washcloths, honey. I'm just saying.
Check me tomorrow on the rundown remix. This one's over.
Okay.
Yo,
I hope you guys are fucking super enjoying this show.
we love y'all.
Thank you for tolerating us.
Oh,
And that's our
We
show
have
for
no
this week.
sense.
I'll be on Rundown Live tomorrow. Do my thing.
Yes, and I will be at Colony Center tomorrow, you guys. Come through. We're doing live demonstrations on Cavi Lipo on a few people, and I'm going to have tons of gift sets, Valentine gift sets, plush poetic tees. I'm trying to get some of your shirts done today. And
Word. Can you
Yeah.
tell them about my
yes.
shirts?
So, talking about plush poetic tees, you know, we would have Sheena's already on deck, and now Doc is joining our team.
Bars.
Exactly. So,
Bars.
we're
That's
gonna
it.
be putting his bars,
Bars.
okay,
Bars.
on tees for you to purchase. I'll be hopefully by next week have them on the website and on our groups. So you can choose which bars you want on your shirt, okay, and the color and the sizes and all that. So,
For my avid listeners, you real Doc, the original fans, if you got some specific bars or specific songs, let me know. I'll see if I can chop them up and get the master chef over here to make it happen.
all right, and real quick, tell them where they can find your music again. So if they do listen to a song they
I'm on
want.
SoundCloud, YouTube. Yeah, look, Doc the Original, DAKDAORIGINAL on every facet, like everything. Facebook. If you go on my Facebook page, you might have to friend me, but everything else you could just go on. Even IG, I got music on Instagram. It's all Doc the Original.
And tell them about your construction today. That's what I wanted to do.
I guess.
You
All
said
right.
last time you wanted
I
to.
did.
Come on, plug
Okay,
yourself,
so
Boo-Thang.
right now I got this venture that I'm working on. It's called Dr. Fixer. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope, right?
She didn't take a sip for that one.
It's going.
But see,
It's construction. It's not that kind of party.
it's not Doc the plumber, okay?
you know what? You know what?
It's not Doc the plumber.
Oh no, we do lay plumbing. We do lay plumbing.
Yo.
we do get it done. Anyway,
All right.
Dr. Fixer.
Woo!
It's
Fixing
my
pipes.
own little venture where I'm starting like a little construction thing where we do general maintenance.
He said we lay
Awesome.
Yes.
We definitely lay pipe, you know.
Yes.
And I say we, but really it's me, and I got a bunch of people that I work with doing all different kinds of construction, like from siding to framing to everything. But I'm talking about general construction, general maintenance. You want me to come and fix something in your crib, you know, like fix some siding, fix some roofing, fix anything, any part of your house, literally from the basement to the roof. I'm skilled
I
at
need
it.
you on that because I have to do my whole
And
second
I have a
upstairs.
team of people that are skilled at it. You know, like I have people on my team that strictly do siding. I have people that strictly do roofing. People, you know, anything that you need, like electrical, plumbing, and I'm skilled in all of those things, just not the best at all of those things. So, you know, look me up. I'm building my webpage now. It's not out there right this second. I still got to do some detailing. But if you hit me up, I got.
Give your phone number, babe.
No, I'm not putting my phone number out
Not yet?
there right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Just hit him up on the rundown right now or follow
Exactly.
his page.
If you want a card that has my phone number on, it's just, you know, I don't want to put my phone number out there because I only have one phone number right now, and I don't need a whole bunch of stalkers. Not that I'm feeling myself, but I'm feeling myself.
He just laid down the whole 15-foot pipe, y'all.
People blowing on my phone because they want me to come lay pipe, and I'm trying to do electrical work.
15-foot pipe.
But
Okay?
if you look me up, you can find me. And if you check me on the rundown and you need something done, an estimate or something like that, give me a shout. Go ahead, Josie. What you gotta say, man?
I'm just gonna introduce you to Google Voice. It's
Okay.
free. I got you.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna take a sip.
Okay. So anyway, back to tomorrow. Me and my plush physicians, that's Nyla and Alicia, we're gonna be there tomorrow doing live cavi lipo demonstrations. And I'm also gonna be doing readings and Reiki. So you can get a tarot, medium, medical, or Reiki session with me, plus, products. So come through. Not sure exactly where in the mall, Colony Center Mall, we're going to be at, but we'll be there from like 10:30 to 7:30. So come through, check us out. I don't know. You said you can't, right?
I'm gonna try to pull up as long as the weather is good. I get off at like 4. 5,
Okay.
I'll be able to
So
pull
we
up
might
after
do
that.
a little.
We all about to roll up on
Yeah.
you.
We might do a little
Wait,
quick.
tomorrow Saturday?
Yes.
I got off. I'll be there.
Oh, okay.
I'll be there.
So we're planning about 4:30.
So I'll pull up then, but I still get my own rundown, right?
Yeah,
That's
That's for yours.
The first one, let me apologize for that too, because the first one, that joke was
Oh,
crazy.
let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah,
Because
what?
a lot of people were not feeling that.
What do you mean?
Because they felt that you, what's the word? Like you were being insensitive, even though you kept like apologizing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I told you my thing to chime in. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know how
But
to do that. That's why I was about to apologize right now, because the first time I said 8 o'clock I'll do it. I did it at 8 o'clock, but I posted it on my
No, I'm
regular
talking about
page.
the whole relevance with Kobe.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
That's what I'm talking about. I posted it on my page, and then when I figured out it wasn't on the rundown page, I had to do it over again. So then I did it a second time, and I don't know where that one went. It didn't go on my page or the rundown. But then I figured out, and I did it. It was like at 9 o'clock by this time that I figured it out, and I did it on the rundown.
Yeah.
And it was just like, by that time, I was like, let me get it out there, because I said 8, and no one's here anymore, and I was just
It's
putting
fine,
out my opinion out.
Exactly.
And then you hit me like, yo, you should chime in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't.
It was
How do I
chiming
do that?
from my page because I think I
Yeah.
did a watch party or something.
Yeah.
But so basically you were talking about the relevance of
That's the same thing
with
we talk
Kobe
about
and rest
today.
in peace. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, it's tragic that Kobe and his daughter passed.
And everyone
on a
else.
Helicopter. But
And
let
the
me get
whole
to that.
entire thing,
Let me
yeah.
get to that. But that's my point.
Yeah.
If you turn on social media, you see, oh, Kobe this and Kobe that. You turn on ESPN and Sports Center, Kobe this and Kobe that. Kobe was on that helicopter with other people who had other children who was going to the same basketball game. You know what I'm saying? If you don't turn on ESPN and see anything about them, you know what I'm saying? And they get the same love and everything that he does,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're human beings.
Yes.
Like, yeah, they're not icons,
Yes.
but they're human beings.
They're
like,
icons to their
they're
children.
they're human
Yes,
beings, and they're
they are.
icons to the people in their world.
Yeah, that is a whole fact.
You know what I'm saying? Someone looked up to them and wanted
Yeah.
to be like them one
Yeah.
day. Like millions of people look up to Kobe and want to be like him, but they don't get any time for that. You know, no one says, oh, it was a tragic thing that all of these other people passed. It's a tragic that Kobe is gone. Kobe's not in the NBA anymore. He's not missing a game by dying. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to sound insensitive. He's not paying my bills.
Yeah.
He's not feeding me. He's not helping me in court cases. He's not on the rundown, at any time giving his insight or feedback or anything. So him dying doesn't hurt us. It has no relevance on us in our life today.
Well,
We can
for
mourn
you,
him.
you can say for you, he doesn't have any relevance for you. But there are a lot of people, and this is what I was saying. Like, I can't jump on my page real quick to read what people were saying, but for other people, Kobe is very relevant to
I'm
them
telling you, just like some people,
because
I'm
Kobe
very
has
relevant.
funded plenty, and I don't even know exactly. So I'm just
I do.
gra-
I don't know
grasping.
exactly, but I do.
But he's
Kobe's
funded
done many
beautiful
things
things
for his
tons of
community,
people.
for other communities,
So
for
they're
black
he's
people.
very relevant to them. You know what I'm saying?
He is.
Yeah.
He is. But he's dead.
Yeah.
And he's not relevant to me. And that was my point.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to explain to them.
And that was my point.
Yeah,
And
I was
don't
like,
mean
I
to
feel
take-
like-
he's one of the greatest basketball players of
Yes,
all times.
yes.
And I played basketball. I wasn't a Kobe fan, but I was a fan of his numbers.
Yeah.
I was a fan of his excitement. I was a fan of his raw. I was a fan of the Black Mamba.
Yeah.
I was a
I
fan
never
of the
even heard of Black
Lakers.
Mamba.
But
I
that's
have no
it.
idea what
That's
it is.
Kobe.
Like-
That's Kobe. That's his tag name. The Black Mamba is
Yeah, I
Kobe.
never even
I was
heard
a,
of
I was a
that.
fan of Kobe's persona. I was a fan of what he did on the court. I was a fan. He was an icon to me because because if I could have been a basketball player, I would have been in the league in Kobe's time, and he would have been the person. He would have been my Jordan to take down. You know what I'm saying? He would have been the dude that I had to go against to prove to myself
Yeah,
that I was
right,
that nigga on the court.
Yeah.
I need Kobe in front of me right now.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's why I want, and that's why Kobe is. I would have any relevance in my life. I didn't go to the league. He has no relevance in my life. It's sad that he's gone.
Yeah.
I love basketball. I love what he did for basketball. I
Yeah.
love what he did off of the court.
Yes.
As a human being, Kobe was a great dude as far as what I know.
Yes.
Let me bring it back. As a human being, Kobe was a great dude for as far as I know when it comes to all of that stuff. He ratted on my boy Shaq though.
I don't know. I never
I'm
know
from
that.
Newark, New Jersey. In case you didn't know, Garden State. He ratted on my boy Shaq. Shaq from Garden State. I'm a Shaq fan before I'm a Kobe fan. Kobe got caught doing some dirt on his wife and did one of those, it's okay, Shaquille O'Neal, you can come out from under the car. They caught us. Come on out.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. But.
I'm not really a fan of Kobe. And I don't hold no animosity because I'm not Shaq. He didn't tell on me. You know what I mean? I don't care.
So that's not relevant to you.
It wasn't relevant to me. You know what I mean? But that's another thing that just like that makes him even less relevant to me because I'm more of a Shaq fan than a Kobe fan,
Yeah.
and he ratted on Shaq.
Well,
you know?
how I was trying to explain to them was that basically, you know, because I can't speak your own words, but I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like what he's trying to say is that Kobe's death is not, rest in peace, Kobe, love you, baby.
We're RIP,
And all of you
one
guys.
the greatest of all times.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, all 9 people on that helicopter,
Rest in peace, love.
RIP. You know, word.
So I was saying that it's not his death. It wasn't relevant to you because, you know, for whatever reasons, but in so many ways, like, okay, like if I was looking somebody, and I was actually telling my girlfriend Rita when we was sitting down the other day having lunch, I was like, okay, so let's just take that guy in the booth next to us. Like, if he dies, that's not going to be relevant to us. We don't know him. We don't personally
and
know
he could
him.
be doing all kinds of
You know what I mean?
fundraiser stuff and all
For
kinds of
us,
stuff. But
you know what
for
I'm saying?
me,
But for the person sitting there having that lunch with him,
very
that's
relevant.
That's
super,
Very relevant.
you know, super relevant. So I was trying to explain it in that light. Like, that's how I felt you were trying to come off on.
Let
but
me
I
bring
can't
it back even
say
more.
your
This
own
is how I
words.
was coming off. This is how today you turn on ESPN, they're still talking about Kobe. 10 years ago, we knew about natural gas fracking. We are not talking about that. That is destroying our earth.
Yeah.
10 years ago, we knew that the justice system was serving up injustice. We are not talking about that. We are talking about Kobe. 10 years ago, we knew that women were being brutalized and destroyed and torn down like black people. We are not talking about that. Right now on the rundown, we are talking about Kobe Bryant. 10 years ago, we knew all kinds of fuckery was going on. 4 years ago, we elected Trump as the president. We are talking about Kobe fucking Bryant
I mean, I ain't left them.
right now.
Or did I?
That's what I meant by it is not relevant or conducive to the growth of what's going on in my world today. That's all I meant. No disrespect to Kobe.
Yeah.
Can I kind of like a little bit of a thread off of that is the pedestal that we put celebrities on.
Oh, that's
No, that's what happened.
thank you.
There
That's
you go.
even
There you
better.
go.
But that
Yes.
all includes with the whole validating
Right.
and
Exactly.
everything. Can I
That's
get
why
some
it's
of
like
that
a
wine?
little
with
bit
that
of a
too?
thread off of that because we can seek inspiration from celebrities without putting them on a throne.
On a whole throne. Yeah.
The stuff that I've seen
That's
on
gonna be so
Kobe-
stressful on them though too.
Right.
To live
And-
up to that. You know
and
what I mean?
And may his eternal soul rest in peace.
Yes, baby.
The stuff that I've seen about the conspiracy theories
Oh
about
my
Kobe.
gosh. Like,
It's like
Yeah.
let the family mourn the man.
Right.
Do I have?
Oh yeah. Anyway,
Either way. It don't matter.
Can I get two?
There you go.
A bitch is greedy. Y'all ain't put your mouth on this, right?
No.
Okay, because I know where y'all mouth
No,
is.
oh my God.
I'm just saying. Look, we got the whole coronavirus and the whole
I
flu.
can't.
So barefoot.
Okay.
Remember, she was like, I can't, I'm not driving or nothing, but I
I'm
can't
not driving.
I can't get stupid.
But I'm not gonna get stupid. I get a little nice. And
Yeah, a
maybe
little
it's
nice.
not fucked up. They gonna not.
Pour it
fuck
all
up.
What you
in.
was saying, Jesse?
So what I was saying,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Sorry, love. Sorry, baby.
she didn't trip, she poured that.
She
shit.
brought, but she's tapping the drip. But go ahead.
So what I was saying is, this goes back to our subject of external validation. You can take inspiration from celebrities without idolizing them.
Yes.
And when you're able to take inspiration without idolizing, you can mourn the passing of a celebrity figure without making it so much a part of your identity of who you are.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
the conspiracy theories were just crazy because think about being the family, you know, and not only the family of Kobe Bryant, but also the other people on that
I
plane.
know.
And so many conspiracy theories. It's like, can you please?
Just give him a love.
Exactly. Let
Give
the
him
families
that.
mourn for at least a month.
Yeah.
6 weeks, please. Before you go on with all of these suppositions, understand that families for whom this person was a vital cornerstone of their world, father, husband, I'm not sure if there are any women on the plane.
Yeah, there was.
Yes,
there was
okay.
so well, there was 2 women and 2 girls.
There was
Mother,
more people from
wife,
the kids'
sister,
basketball team on
daughter.
the team. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let these families mourn. And then go on your way with whatever suppositions you have, understanding that's not the healthiest thing either. But let the families mourn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I feel like it's extra. I feel like people do
It's
all the
very
extras
extra.
for more validation.
Yeah.
You know, the big thing right now is Kobe's death. Oh my God, Kobe's dead. Now everybody's over here mourning Doc. Oh, Doc, it's okay. It's not that serious. Doc loves basketball, so I can see how this hurting him. It's okay. Doc. Fuck out of here, yo.
So I had a friend that.
But some people-
his dad
oh, go
passed.
ahead, babe.
I'm sorry. His dad passed. Kobe passed right around the same time, but he gave more into it for Kobe, but not his dad. So it was like,
Here's one thing. Let's keep it on that. My loved one passed. Somebody you guys care about me died. They're in a better place. It's okay. You gotta move on. You gotta be strong, and you gotta live your life for them. They're not here anymore. Where's that for Kobe? Where's that for Kobe? Why are we 3 weeks after? No one is talking about he's gone. He's in a better place. Live your life, everybody. You know, you got to live your life now for Kobe because he's not here.
Because he's-
Someone has to pick up that torch where Kobe left it and keep going.
That's
You know,
Kobe's torch.
He opened the lane and it's gone. There's no one in that lane, so someone can now fill that lane for him. You know what I mean? Like he's not here. Where's that speech at? Why are we on
well,
poor
that's
Kobe
because
and poor everything?
it's
Like
number one, he's an icon. Number one, he's touched millions and billions of
billions,
people
billions, not millions,
throughout the
billions,
entire
yeah.
world. So he's world known. You know, he obviously made an impact in so many lives that it's not. Number one, the media loves it because it gives them something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, hello, it's
And-
relevant to them because it
And
gives
that's the
them
only
something.
reason why it's relevant to us. Because it's relevant to them. If they didn't put it on the news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we'd be
Nobody
talking
be
about
talking
Trump,
about
or we'd be talking about gas fracking, or we'd be talking about injustices, or we'd be talking about whatever they put in front of our face to brainwash us into believing what they want us to believe so they can control us
forget this
Yep.
part right
way
here.
more
Yeah.
easier than if they did
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yep.
But you got to remember, like when Princess Diana passed away,
Oh man.
or just Elvis Presley, like people are get literally torn into pieces behind them for so many reasons because they look up to them, they idolize them, which is not healthy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Whitney Houston died.
Yeah.
And my mom's in high school with her. Like they grew up in the same area and stuff. You know, I didn't know her.
Rest in peace.
You know,
But it was
word.
relevant for your mom.
But it was relevant for me. I grew up listening to Whitney like she was my aunt or something. You know, my mom probably never met her before. They just was in the same high school at the same time. But you know, let my mom tell a story. They was besties. You know what I mean? The point is, like Whitney came on and my mom was playing it like that was it was her sister who made it. You know what I mean? So Whitney passing was relevant to me. Plus, you know, I'm black. Whitney is relevant to every black person, just like Kobe is relevant to every black basketball player or not black basketball player. You know what I mean? Not to me, and I'm a black basketball player, but Whitney is definitely relevant to me. But when she passed, when Michael Jackson passed, when Prince passed, all of them things hurt me. But I didn't go crazy. Like it was just it happened. I lived it. It sucked. I kept living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kept living, and now who's talking about Prince dying? Who's talking about any of those people that I just named?
And-
You
and-
know what I
and
mean?
like with
And all of
everything
those guys
else,
were
it-
bigger than Kobe.
And they trust me when Prince and all them other everybody passed, they was all in the media. The exact
And it
same
was-
way,
it
the
was
same
crazy.
thing.
It was
You
crazy,
know,
but
It's such,
I want to say, I feel like, and maybe it's because it's been a while since these other icons have passed, like Prince and Michael and so on and so forth. I feel as if the families at least had some time to grieve and mourn before a lot of the, more
Everything come up.
the extra has happened.
I don't know.
No.
No, because
Okay, maybe-
with Prince and Whitney and their
Yeah.
death being drug related,
Right.
even Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? The press didn't, nobody cared about the poor kids. You know what I'm saying? That his
Nah, the
babies
press don't
or
care, but
you know, and that's who's putting it out there. You know what
the
I'm
press
saying?
says
Making it relevant.
I was just about to say,
Right.
the press says this person died. This is relevant. So the world says, oh look, this person died. Now it's relevant.
Yeah.
The next person dies. The press says, okay, now this person died. Fuck the person who died last week because this person is more relevant today.
Right.
The world says, oh look, another person died. They just forgot 2 days ago their favorite artist died
Yeah.
because now this guy is the relevant one. You know what I mean? It's baffling. I
Like
don't
with
understand
me,
it.
for me, Kobe, and I'm not even. I used to watch basketball like forever ago, but at the end, Kobe's death is relevant to me because number one, I am a parent. You know what I'm saying? And number two, I've been in a helicopter, so I know how fucking scary that shit is. So just the thought of, you know what I'm saying? I was like flipping out when I was in a helicopter because it was scary as hell. But anyway, but being a parent, you know what I'm saying, and being in a situation where he was in before his passing, you know, that touched me because it's like at the end of the day, like that could have been me.
Is it different? Is there a difference between touching you and it being relevant? Because I'm telling you that it touched me when I heard that Kobe died in the helicopter.
So what do you
crash,
mean by
my
relevant?
My whole world stopped for a second because it was Kobe Bryant and
Yeah.
a bunch of children who just
Yeah,
died.
that's what
in
I'm
the
saying. So what do you mean
helicopter.
by relevant then?
It's not relevant in the sense that we're wasting another half an hour of the rundown talking about
We're not
it.
wasting nothing. This is
We could have been talking about some whole other relevant shit
shit.
instead of the death of Kobe for the last 30
Because we
minutes
only
is what
talk
I'm
about
saying.
No,
We're not talking about
it
when
is
he's alive.
relevant because we are bringing back up the whole thing with you and your Deso. So it is relevant to the rundown, right? So shut the fuck up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
My
ma'am.
thing was, why did they talk all about him and nothing about
The
everybody
other
else? And I
people.
said
Yeah.
that as well. Because the thing about it is, he wasn't the only person that died.
But I think that honestly,
He was well
whoever
known,
leaked
yeah.
that it was Kobe on there, that's what it led. And then once they couldn't confirm anybody else.
But that's the thing, they're
But-
still not talking about everybody
Yes.
else. though.
Oh, see, I don't
Because
watch
he
news.
was
It's like
well
now they're
known and
still
they're
not talking about him.
And that's the
And
part
it's
that
like,
sucks
okay,
the
he's not the
most.
only one
Like
who died.
it's relevant because he's an icon.
Yeah, and that's pretty
because
much what it
he's a
is.
star. So that means those other people's lives are
It's
not
pushed-
relevant
diminished,
because
yes.
they're not icons.
well,
is that what that does? Is
and
that
That's
what
how
that
they're
says?
portraying it to be.
I mean,
is that
if
what
you
that
think
means?
about it,
Everybody of the
That's
other
just
7
the
people.
fucking world we live in.
But
Because
okay,
people die
whether it's the
every
world we
fucking
live in,
day.
at my point exactly.
And that's the
So
sad
those
part.
other 7 people on the helicopter that died are not relevant.
No, they are
And
relevant.
Kobe, but we're
But
not
they're
talking
that's
about
what
them.
I'm talking about.
But we're
And
not
that's
saying
what-
that.
yeah,
We're
that's what I'm
only
saying.
making Kobe
He's
relevant.
only
What I'm saying, there were
because
7 other people that we don't speak about. That I don't even know their names.
I don't know their names either.
Well, I know that there was the pilot was a guy. There was
A mother and a daughter.
baseball or basketball coach and another female basketball coach and the
Yes.
other guy's
Another
wife.
child.
And it was like two
And then there was
another
2
basketball
girls.
player. Yeah.
Yeah, 2
Yeah.
girls. His daughter and another girl, I think.
The point
And
is,
Kobe. Rest
we
in
know
peace.
that there
They're
was
not
9
saying anything
people on that
about that.
helicopter.
Mhm.
We
They
know
only
that
talk
Kobe
about
and his
him.
daughter were 2 of them.
Mhm. And that's
Well,
all.
That's
And
just
they only
I
talk
know,
about
and that's just the world we live in, unfortunately. So
So I got your point because that was what I said to actually have a
Yes.
conversation about it. And I'm like, they're not talking about nobody else. Like, okay, I get it. Yeah, he passed. But it's like, because I actually had somebody call me like, oh, did you hear? Yeah, I heard.
Yo, everywhere I
Like,
went,
what do
I was
you-
in stores
Like,
and people
what
was
do you
talking
want me
about
to
it,
say?
you know,
I
and I'm
heard.
like,
Okay.
you know, like, yo,
but that's
You know,
always
By the
basketball
time
is
Prince
my
break
life.
it down, like that's not your dad.
I
That's
mean,
not
it's always
anything
been that way.
relevant to you.
you know, once people put that spotlight on somebody, it's gonna be relevant for all those that look to that person. Like John Lennon, rest in peace, when he was killed. JFK, when he was killed. You know, Martin Luther King, when he was killed. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. Like, once you got that spotlight, that validity, you know what I'm saying, that we were talking about earlier, it's gonna be relevant for a whole bunch of people. because they look
I just-
to you, they look
I
for
don't
you.
understand the
They-
relevance
but if
of
they
Kobe's
haven't,
death, is what I'm saying. Like you said, he helped a lot of people. I agree. I know. I saw. I was not a fan of Kobe Bryant himself because of his relationship with
No, she didn't
Shaquille.
leave us. No, she didn't.
But
No,
I
she
was a
went to go
fan
fuck
of
his kids.
Kobe as a basketball player. I
Yeah.
was a fan of Kobe's numbers. The things that he did and his time were phenomenal. He was the best at what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with all of those things. I'm just saying, why is his death relevant to this point where no one else's is what I'm saying.
Yeah, like,
There's those other
like
7
good
people
people.
died. Okay,
Yeah.
they weren't icons. I understand that. They didn't do things for the community like he did. I understand that. They didn't play basketball. I understand that. So
Yeah.
that makes them not relevant anymore when a tragic thing happens.
No.
The only thing relevant is the icon on
Every
the helicopter.
no, and that's ridiculous. Everybody's fucking relevant because everybody's fucking lives count and everybody's fucking lives matter. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a fucking billionaire or a fucking homeless person in the street. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's lives matter. Everybody's lives count. So we are all relevant. It's just we don't get portrayed in the media as being relevant. You know what I'm saying? And that's just fucking where we are. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fucking way it is. And
Well, let me say this. I apologize to all the Kobe fans out there. I did not mean to come off disrespectful.
And this is what I was telling them. I was like, he kept
insensitive.
apologizing the whole
You know what
time.
mean?
I seen
not,
it.
That's not, I
Like,
mean,
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying
I'm-
to be disrespectful.
I'm just
like,
blunt. That's how I feel about it. I felt like his death wasn't relevant to me in my world.
And that's exactly
I
what I
feel
think
like all 9 deaths on that helicopter was relevant to me in my world because I say, oh shit, even Kobe Bryant can die in the helicopter. He got way more money than me. I'm never getting on one of them shits. You know what I mean? Like, point blank period. That's relevant
yo,
to me. You know what I
helicopter
mean?
ride is fucking.
I know. I've been on it. Yo, Jess, I'm from down
insane.
bottom. You know,
I was
helicopter
gonna
rides
say,
like $200.
exactly.
That shit
Down
down bottom.
bottom.
Oh, I'm sorry, my fault. I'm from the city. I'm from Patterson, New Jersey, North New Jersey. We don't call it the city. It's over the bridge. You know, that's what we call it. That's over the bridge. You know what I mean? And I'm from down there, and we call it down bottom.
Down bottom.
You
Down
know, that's
bottom,
where I'm
baby.
from. You know.
Get your
Yeah,
mind
let's
up.
have that-
I see you had it.
That's why she said. That's why I had to go, Jess, because I saw
I
her.
had
Jess.
to say it.
She had
The
to
first
say
time
it.
she was like down bottom.
Down bottom.
Yo, I seen it. You got Caribbean. I said, no.
She was like,
It's
down
fucking
bottom.
listen.
Need a plunger from down bottom?
Yo,
I
I
from down bottom.
We got a flood up in this bitch.
Oh,
See
my
Yo. Okay. Anyway, rest in peace to all you lovies that
Yes.
passed away. So remember tomorrow we are gonna be doing a special. Hopefully, we're not sure what time yet.
Yeah,
The rundown on the road. Is that what we want to call it?
Rundown on the
I
road.
thought it was rundown on the run.
Rundown on the
Rundown
run.
on the run.
Which one do you guys
All
want
the
to do?
above.
Run, let it run.
I like rundown on the run.
Rundown on the run?
Let's say rundown on the run.
Rundown on the run or rundown on the road?
I know, ask him.
All right, the other side.
Rundown on the run. 1.
We might take our show. We're gonna take our show on the road, and you're gonna catch us all over the place.
Yep.
How about that?
Facts.
So we'll decide what the hell we're gonna call it.
You know?
But tomorrow we're gonna be at the Colony Center Mall. We're gonna do a special episode there. Come through, check us out. We're not sure what time, but we will post it in advance once everybody gets there. And what else we have going on this week? Anybody?
Mine's actually quiet this week.
I actually have something going on.
Yeah.
tomorrow
What you got,
morning.
baby?
I am actually modeling some sneakers.
Ooh.
Yes,
Yeah.
for James Mitchell.
Okay. Shout out to James Mitchell.
Shout out to
James Mitchell. Thank you.
Yes,
I'll see you
honey.
tomorrow at 7 in the morning.
Okay. And
Today's
make sure you
Seven.
post some pictures of the sneakers on the
I
rundown.
will.
Right, shout out to my son. Not gonna be able to see you or say happy birthday to you on your birthday because our next show is after. Dakari, teenager.
Happy birthday!
Happy
Happy birthday! He is so big. God bless him. I can't even.
He got a mustache.
Yo,
They
shut
said
up.
run down on the
Full-blown
run.
mustache. Like
Yo, Javon
full-blown.
got still got baby hairs, but it's perking through.
Oh my god!
I'm like,
he
nigga.
got a dusty caliper pillar under his nose or something.
Well,
Put
I
that shit
had
off of him.
Yeah.
I don't have anything going on, but my book signing was hella dope.
Yes.
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 So dope.
The rundown on the road.
Yeah, I was there.
Yes.
Yes, we was in the building.
Yes, we was in all the buildings.
Yes. Yes.
Turned up for your book signing,
Yeah.
baby.
You know they's gonna kick us out, right?
Oh.
I know.
Okay.
We was baby.
We had a good time.
So you clear this week coming up, boo?
Yeah, pretty much. What is it?
I know you always got something coming up. Go ahead.
I'm not going to Bridgeport till the 20th, and then I'm doing the caucus. The caucus.
There you go.
I'll be doing
I don't even know where the caucus is.
It's the Black and Latino caucus. It's the Black and Latino caucus.
Is that happening where? Up here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's here.
It's at the Hilton.
Yeah, it's at the Hilton. Actually, I have my ad in the Welcome to Legislative reception that actually they're having on the 15th. So I have an ad in there as
So
well.
that's this weekend?
That's this
I want to
weekend.
go. I never
Yeah.
been to one.
You gotta go.
You gotta buy a ticket.
You
I gotta
gotta
buy
go.
Yeah,
Send me
it's
the
dope.
information.
The reception is only $40. I'll send you the information.
Yeah, send me the information. I never
$40
And it's
for the,
literally a 3-day weekend.
Wait, that's next weekend.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's Saturday.
All right, I'm off next weekend.
Yep,
Yes.
that's Saturday. Then Saturday.
We should
I'll send it to
have
you.
the rundown at the Black and Latino
We
caucus.
can bring the rundown on the road out. We coming for you, baby. We coming.
And that Friday night they got a party at the Hilton. I'll send you the information.
Okay, yeah.
It's free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just gotta register. I'll
Okay,
send you the
yeah,
information.
send me. Rundown on the road, Black and
The Black and
Latino
Latino
caucus.
caucus.
We coming
Yes.
for you. Be prepared. Because we're going to give it to you raw.
Yes.
And not that kind of raw. When you looking at me, I'm just saying, yo, you're mine. Honey.
It's that rundown remix she got going on.
Nah, it's not because she was all the way there last week on the Coquitos. We don't have to talk about that. She was there on some sober shit last
That's
week.
what it is.
Shoot.
Plumbing.
No, that's for after hours. That's for after hours.
That's why she got it without the
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you back the fuck up.
I ain't drip.
That's why the floodgates are gonna go.
I cannot.
Woo! Honey. Y'all females know what it is to be backed up and honey.
Yes,
Let's keep it
that.
funky.
Really?
Let's keep it
You need to
funky.
get unplugged.
Let's keep it funky.
You need to get your bag broken and cracked. I'm just saying, like, we already know how it is, girls. Hello. You should start talking like, bitch, take care of me. What are you doing? Like, it starts clapping like, yo, stop playing with me. Like, stop playing
You
with
see
me.
the back crack, right, Josie?
All right, wait. The guy's back in the building. We got it.
I can hear you
We
on
got
the fucking wall, bro. What you talking about?
I said, we gotta be ladies. I can't even imagine what the rest of my building be thinking about. What is going on? Like, what is this? Like, it's quiet for the most time. They have, quiet music.
And then Friday evenings,
It's
it's
Friday
Friday.
Friday we
What
let
is
loose.
going on? Okay, so Josie. Okay, so Sheena and I, and hopefully we're gonna talk about it. The rundown, the Black Caucus this weekend, next weekend. And what do you have, baby?
Nothing going on at Healing Whispers within the next week, but I want to let people know that I do teach classes online on crystals, on astrology.
Put on the comment.
Yep, and on I'm debuting chakras in March.
Awesome.
Ooh, yes.
So that is stuff that I will put on the live feed.
Yeah.
Where you can register. Because it's live online. It's not pre-recorded. You actually get to interact with me as I talk about crystals, crystals 101, crystal grids, and astrology.
That's so cool.
So,
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm into crystals.
yeah.
I think you're gonna have to prove that to me. I'm yeah,
Let me do some Reiki on you.
I don't know what that is.
You do Reiki.
Sound
You
like
do
Kung
Reiki
Fu or
too.
something.
Josie and I make that double team.
Listen, if you want a Reiki treatment,
Not in that way. My man will cut my throat. My man will cut me all in pieces.
I'm sorry, Josie. Man.
Joseph, he didn't mean that
I did not mean that.
at all. Trust me, I know him for like 20 plus years.
you didn't say shit. You did.
Right. I said double team and Reiki. He started doing the same thing.
They were ready like, hey.
All he heard was double time.
He was double team like,
I cannot. Anyway, so we should probably do like the next session.
Should I get some more ice?
Doing some Reiki or
Ice is
something.
the ice is out there.
Look, it's all the way over there. Make that shit hot, baby. It's fine.
You know you like it hot.
Take it hot.
You know you like it hot.
Look,
Oh my God.
I think we in the Rundown midnight show.
This is went right into that.
The Rundown after hours. We just need a poll here.
I can't
And
tell
somebody
you right
right
now. I don't even know who number that is right now.
Look, they call it. They see you high father. That's what it is. They're like, ooh, she drinking. I'm gonna slide in those DMs. Okay.
Oh my god.
Listen, too many people be trying to be in the DM.
They gonna try it.
Girl.
Yes, honey.
Okay.
Okay.
Will you stop Instagram and Facebook? I be like, look.
It's pouring. She's not
She's pouring.
hurting.
It's
She's
not
It's
It's
a
not
whole
now.
waterfall.
She's pouring. She's
I
pouring
told you.
profusely.
There's no damn ocean there.
I told you.
I cannot.
Oh, yeah.
Woo, child. Okay.
Can we turn the cameras off, please? Jesus.
All right.
Wait. I just want to make sure.
Hold on, wait.
Come tomorrow. So we have tons of gift sets. Colony Center. We have live demonstrations. Make sure to hit up Doc for Doc the Fixer. Okay.
Make
for
sure you
all
go get my book.
Your plumbing needs. I'm just playing, y'all.
No, she not. No, she
A
not.
little bit.
No, she not.
Check me out tomorrow morning, 7 to 9.
Yes.
I'll be posting those pics
Yes,
for James Mitchell.
there we go. Okay.
Make
And
sure you get my book, The Mask Behind the Mask. It's
Always.
on all platforms. It's actually 13 copies still in Barnes and Noble.
boom, it's selling out, baby. And Josie's gonna be posting her things that she's doing
Online classes.
Yes.
Yes.
on our link. So thank you, everybody. It was fun. It was real. As always, love you all.
Love you.
Bye bye. And I gotta do
Night-night.
this. I know, so funny.
You sleeper.
Later.